Right now, live coverage from your local news leader, breaking stories from overnight and this morning, and your first alert forecast. Here's what's happening where you live. This is ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
All right, here we are. Let's wrap up April. Good morning, Carolina. Welcome on this Wednesday, April 30th. I'm Joel Brown.
And I'm Bianca Holman. So this morning, your first alert to a big warm-up coming our way, possible record heat, and the chance for storms, what you can expect today.
And breaking news, gunfire at an apartment complex in Cary. We've got new video from the scene.
The kidnapping of a mother and a baby in Garner, 2 suspects under arrest, and the search for a third.
And take warning, the double overtime thriller sending the Hurricanes to the next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
All right, go Hurricanes. It's time for...
Right now, live coverage from your local news leader, breaking stories from overnight and this morning, and your first alert forecast. Here's what's happening where you live. This is ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Midweek at 5 a.m. Good morning, Carolina. Welcome on this Wednesday. It's April 30th. I'm Joel Brown.
And I'm Bianca Holman. Thanks for joining us. Here's a look at some of today's top stories. Authorities escalating their search for a kidnapping suspect accused of taking a mother and baby from a home in Garner. 2 other suspects are in custody as the investigation intensifies. Stay with us for a new update.
And empowering black and brown voters. Several events and rallies happening today across the Triangle. We've got the preview coming up.
And the Carolina Hurricanes skating to a sweet victory in double overtime. They now head to round 2 of the playoffs. We'll have a recap of last night's game coming up.
But first, it is time for weather and traffic.
Right now, live coverage from your local news leader, breaking stories from overnight and this morning, and your first alert forecast. Here's what's happening where you live. This is ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Bottom of the hour on this final day of April. Good morning, Carolina. Welcome on this Wednesday, April 30th. I'm Joel Brown.
And I'm Bianca Holman. We've made it to the end of the month. Well, we've got your first alert to a big warm-up happening, possible record heat, and the chance of storms, what you can expect today.
And breaking news, gunfire at an apartment complex in Cary. New video from the scene.
And take warning, the double overtime thriller sending the Hurricanes to the next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Caniacs waking up with a big smile on their face this morning.
Right now, live coverage from your local news leader, breaking stories from overnight and this morning, and your first alert forecast. Here's what's happening where you live. This is ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
It's the end of the month in the middle of the week. Good morning, Carolina. Welcome on this Wednesday. It's April 30th. I'm Joel Brown.
And I'm Bianca Holman. Thanks for joining us. Here's a look at some of your top stories for today. Authorities escalating their search for a kidnapping suspect accused of taking a mother and baby from a home in Garner. 2 suspects are in custody as the investigation intensifies. Stay with us with an update.
And empowering black and brown voters. Several events and rallies happening today across the Triangle. We've got the preview coming up.
And the Carolina Hurricanes skating to a sweet victory in double overtime. Now they head to round 2 of the playoffs. We'll have a recap of last night's game coming up.
Canes coming back last night. I mean, that was a heck of a game.
Stomping on the Devil's head.
We will talk about that. That is
breaking right now at 10, a major traffic alert, a serious crash impacting traffic on Interstate 40. Eastbound lanes now closed in Johnston County. What you need to know.
And a Durham high school evacuated. Students and staff at the School of the Arts forced out of class. A gas leak to blame. Details coming in.
And calling on lawmakers, local Divine 9 members hosting Legislative Day. We're live with their message. It's Wednesday. Eyewitness News at 10 starts right now.
Right now, live coverage from your local news leader, what you can expect for your day ahead, and your first alert forecast. Here's what's happening where you live. This is ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Hump Day, Wednesday, last day of April, folks. Good morning. I'm Joel Brown. This is Eyewitness News at 10. That is Bianca Holman. Over there is Quaylin Murphy, and we're all excited to be halfway through the work week. Yeah. April, we hardly knew you. It's over.
It is here, and it is hot.
Yeah, it's going to be hot today. The high temperature, 90 degrees. That's actually the record high at RDU today, which was set in 1906. So it's going to be
Breaking economic news right out of the gate at noon. The U.S. economy just had its worst quarter since 2022. The gross domestic product, or GDP, shrank in the first quarter ahead of Trump's tariffs. The question now, is the nation headed for a recession?
Also breaking, the former president of St. Augustine University filing a lawsuit against the historically black college and university. We'll explain why. And a court hearing today for two people charged with kidnapping a mother and her young daughter. The search continues now for a third suspect. It's the news at noon.
Right now, live coverage from your local news leader. Today's top stories you need to know and your first alert forecast. Here's what's happening where you live. This is ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
And good Wednesday afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us here on this last day of April. I'm Amber Rapinta.
And I'm Barbara Gibbs. May is coming in hot. Temperatures today and tomorrow could reach 90 degrees. There's also a chance of storms later today. Let's go to meteorologist Cruz Medina with more on that. Hey, Cruz.
Hey there. Yeah, it's
Right now, live coverage from your local news leader. Today's top stories you need to know and your first alert forecast. Here's what's happening where you live. This is ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
And it is the bottom of the hour. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Barbara Gibbs.
And I'm Amber Rapinta. There is a chance for some record-breaking heat this afternoon, as well as some spotty showers. Meteorologist Cruz Medina joins us now with more. Hi, Cruz.
Hi there. Yeah, it's going to be hot with.
We're following breaking news in Wake County.
A chase ends in a crash on I-40. Eyewitness News gathering new information in this developing story, including what sparked the chase.
And kidnapping suspects in court. The man and woman accused of abducting a Garner mother and her baby facing a judge. The new details coming out of that court appearance.
St. Augustine's lawsuit, the school just responding after the HBCU's former president filed the suit. Details of the allegations and the response. Plus, the prosecution rests in the trial of a Raleigh man accused of beating his mother to death.
And we are looking into how the new head of the NCDMV plans to tackle big issues, including those long wait times. Eyewitness News at 4 is next.
Right now, live coverage from your local news leader, keeping you connected to your community and your first alert forecast. Here's what's happening where you live. This is ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Right now at 4, soaking up the sun, temperatures surging on this last day of April, making it feel more like summer. Just moments ago, the temperature hit 90 degrees at RDU, tying the record high. Thanks for joining us this Wednesday. I'm Amber Rapinta.
And I'm Barbara Gibbs. We are tracking temperatures in the Triangle and down in the Sand Hills. Here's a live look at the skylines now in Raleigh, Durham, and Fayetteville, where temperatures are standing right now in the 90s. Meteorologist Cruz Medina soaking in the sun as well. He's live in CCB Plaza in Durham for us. We hit that record, Cruz.
Yeah, and we've told you about that for days now. And
This is new at 4. It is Adopt a Shelter Pet Day, and Raleigh's new mayor is celebrating with a former opponent she faced in the mayoral race.
Yes, so we're talking about Teddy the orange cat. The cat apparently ran for mayor of Raleigh, but of course did not win. So today, Mayor Janet Cowell gave him an honorary duty, signing a proclamation in honor of Adopt a Shelter Pet Day. If you're considering getting a new dog or a cat, today's a great day to do it.
Teddy should be the new mascot for the city of Raleigh.
He's super cute.
Super cute.
Glad they get along. All right, and that is a wrap for Eyewitness News today at 4.
Let's go to Stephen Lauren for a look at what's happening now at 5.
And right now at 5 o'clock, the heat is on. We tied a record today here in the Triangle, temperatures reaching 90 degrees. And we have new details in a kidnapping investigation unfolding in Wake County. 2 people are in custody, a third person charged, but not yet in custody, as authorities continue searching for that person. Coming up here, what we're learning about the suspects from a court hearing today. And a grassroots group traveling the country hoping to give power to the people to collaborate and make meaningful change is spending their second day here in the Triangle. Today, they're in both Raleigh and Durham, rallying the community into action. We'll preview an event planned in downtown Raleigh this evening.
Right now, live coverage from your local news leader, uncovering new stories you'll only see here, and your first alert forecast. Here's what's happening where you live. This is ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
And right now at 5 o'clock, a brother and sister facing a Wake County judge charged with a terrifying home invasion and kidnapping of a Garner woman and her baby, tying up the woman's husband and demanding $1 million from the family. Tonight, police say a third person is out there on the run. Thanks for joining us here for Eyewitness News at 5. I'm Steve Daniels.
And I'm Lauren Johnson. This is a story that's been unfolding since Monday night, eventually leading to an Amber Alert. Garner police say they responded to a home on Buck Branch Road just before 11 o'clock Monday night, where the mother and daughter were kidnapped. The next morning, they were found in Wake Forest after someone called 911 saying a woman and her baby needed help. Just before 8 o'clock last night, we learned about the 2 arrests in the case. And tonight, we learned a 3rd person has been charged, but he is not yet in custody. Dewan Hogard joining.
Right now, live coverage from your local news leader, investigating new information tonight, and your first alert forecast. Here's what's happening where you live. This is ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
And right now at 6, we're on the scene of breaking news unfolding in Wake County. Chopper 11 overhead, where that Wake County school bus has been involved in a crash with that other vehicle. It looks to be a T-bone wreck there at this intersection in Garner that's now shut down. This is the intersection of Timber Drive and Health Park Drive. It's right around the corner from the Target on White Oak Road between that section and I-40. We've learned there were 3 kids on board the bus. Thankfully, they are not hurt. Here's a live look from our Eyewitness News breaking news crew on the ground as well. We're working to learn more about the condition of that driver. Wake EMS on the scene. You can see authorities up there on the bus checking things out as that investigation continues. Thankfully, the kids are okay. We'll have more from our breaking news crews on the scene this half hour as we get more details.
And we're also following breaking news from the state legislature. The North Carolina House has approved a bill that would ban DEI in state and local government. House Bill 171 passed 68-45 along party lines. It bans state agencies and schools from using DEI in their hiring decisions or giving differential treatment or special benefits on the basis of race, sex, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and more. The bill also bans government agencies from using state funds to support DEI programs and use state funds to apply for federal grants that require compliance with DEI policies. An earlier version of the bill was far more restrictive, but the version passed today affects only government entities and includes civil penalties up to $10,000 for each violation. DEI has become a major focus for Republican leaders as President Donald Trump targets the initiatives nationwide. Right now at 6, this
Right now, live coverage from your local news leader, preparing you for tomorrow starting tonight, and your first alert forecast. Here's what's happening where you live. This is ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Right now at 11, an attack on DEI. Tonight, a controversial bill restricting diversity, equity, and inclusion in state government passes the North Carolina House. The passage sparked immediate reaction from dozens of people attending a rally outside the state legislature. They say now is the time for voters to get involved and make their voices heard.
This is such a time of overwhelm. We want people to walk away feeling encouraged, to feel hopeful, to know that we are able to do more than able to do anything that comes and withstand anything that comes our way.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us here for the news at 11. I'm Steve Daniels.
And I'm Lauren Johnson. The bill on DEI is one of our top stories on ABC11.com. People reacting to the post on Facebook, some welcoming the change. Others are saying they're questioning that action.
Eyewitness News has team coverage for you tonight here at 11. Sydney Schofield shows us the national group gathering in Raleigh tonight, helping people respond to political change.
But first, Michael Perchik is live with more on that bill that passed right along party lines. Hi, Michael.